Calf-tail Clouser. You have a sparkly-eyed Clouser. Hey.
How are you?
Good, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
This is a pink one for you.
Thank you.
Hey, nice to meet you. Nice blue,
Thank you.
white streamer. Hey, nice to meet you. This is, actually, I'm going to give you this one. The original Clouser Minnow.
Thank you.
Hey, nice to meet you. And you get the blonde one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, you can pass this around. I'll get to it later. Hey guys, my name is Jesse Horine. I'm from Fort Mill. I'm 18 years old, and I'm here to show you SouthernFly. So, what fly fishing basically is fly fishing, or fishing, you use the weight of your lure to cast across a pond. Well, in fly fishing, the flies are usually less than a gram. You can't cast them. They're almost a feather. So think about casting a feather. Well, with fly fishing, you're using the weight of the line. You've seen the big guys in the streams cast across a pond 40, 50 yards. So that's what we're doing. My product will be specializing in the Clouser Minnow, which is what I have up here, for example. And right now, there's a huge demand for Clouser minnows, but there's not a variated market to meet that demand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to supply that demand and meet the market that needs. So if there's a deeper water fish, I'm going to supply that deeper water Clouser. There's a mullet or a type of shad that swims up top. Well, I'm going to supply that lighter Clouser to catch the variated fish. Lefty Cray said he caught 87 different species of fish on this one simple fly. Well, if he can catch that many fish all over the world, the market's there, and I can infiltrate that market. So there's variations of Clousers, as you see in the top right. There's dark blue, blue, and chartreuse. And so we do variate in weight, size, color, etc. And all of our proceeds go to Project Healing Waters, which is the pamphlet that went through. They help disabled veterans learn how to fly fish. So if they don't have a ligament, they have no legs or such, they'll make a mechanical traption, teach them how to fly fish. If they're in a wheelchair, they'll take them up to the mountains, put them in a wheelchair, and let them cast with no trees behind them. It's a great rehabilitation program, and it's awesome when you can get a veteran off the couch. So my mission statement is to be dedicated to anglers and avid fly fishermen. We're going to deliver quality. We're not delivering machine-grade flies from China. It's hand-tied, all in the Carolina, made in the USA. But our social impact will be 5% to Project Healing Waters, and the rest of the time that we're not volunteering at Project Healing Waters, which some of our flies are donated to Project Healing Waters for them to use, we are going to help teach the public, make them more cognizant of the natural environment and how we are somewhat destroying it. So we'll help better for our future and kids and the environment, help the water ecosystem, volunteer our time on natural parks. Another Clouser in the top right. So what is a Clouser? It's a streamer fly. A streamer, think about a ballerina. They have a streamer. You understand? So the streamers stream through the water. And that's what makes a Clouser a streamer. As you see in the bottom right, that is a beetle, and those sit on top of the water. They don't stream, so they're just a fly, a wet fly. And they're saltwater and freshwater, so they're great in Charleston. There's a huge market in Charleston. This is fly fishing capital of the East Coast. So anything from trout in the mountains, redfish in Charleston, and lakes in between, it's all targeted. It's market everywhere. And so it's going to be, you can also call it light tackle because, again, you're using the weight of the line to cast the lure. So for one Clouser minnow, it's going to cost $3. For me, it's about $1.50 to make after labor, and the actual material cost is not much. But my margin is $1.50. So for every fly I tie, I am getting $1.50. I am selling this online retail. I don't want to sell wholesale because then my margin will be decreased substantially, and I'm not looking forward to that. That's machine grade based from China. We're not looking to do that. And our expenses will be for the common materials made, which is very cheap, not in quality, but we can get a lot from a wholesaler, which I've actually come in contact with a manufacturer in Minnesota. They're going to let me buy my products when I become an LLC by wholesale, not retail. That'll help too. That's half the cost. And to break even for 1 month would be 19 flies. That can take me a couple hours. We are a fly manufacturer and a retailer. We are both. I assemble them and I sell them online. the demographics will be all ages, mostly older men and actually people my age because the sport's becoming reintroduced and it's becoming more popular. Mostly in the coastal regions, Charleston, great place to sell flies, and Lake Wylie, Lake Norman, Marion, and everything else in the mountains. So any type of fish that will hit a clouser is a market for me. Someone that's an angler, fly fisherman, of course, avid outdoorsman, and someone that enjoys the outdoors. Like I said, Project Healing Waters, many flies could be sold or donated in their case to people like that. So someone that usually spends a lot of money, upper class kind of, are usually the people that fly fish, and they're the ones that we will be targeting, mostly in the summer, and a boat owner. So we'll be marketing those places. The 90 million people fish, 3.83 million fly fish. Around here, there's about 900,000, which is a large market for us because they all have to buy flies, and there's not a big market for them. They come to us. So as you see, there's our business card on the left, and simulated business cards. We have multiple. And on the right is a reward program. Buy 3 flies, get a Clouser free. And there's our Instagram. That is our real Instagram. We have 1,800 followers within 4 posts. We plan to infiltrate the social media market because that is where the marketing is nowadays. If anyone has seen the current objectives, everyone's trying to get Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We'll hit those markets hard. That is Cliff Benson. He gave us a nice review. He is a personal friend of mine. The difference is Bass Pro, like I said, machine grade. You don't want it. That kills the small businesses, and we all know that's not a good thing for us. So, and Bob Clouser, the original guy who created certain Clousers, said he put too much fiber on the original Clouser. Well, why put too much fibers if the fish don't like it? So I'm going to give the real Clouser and say, hey, people will buy this. You don't have to put a ton of fibers just to get these sold. I'll give them sparse fibers and fish will bite them. So my qualifications, I am an avid outdoorsman. I'm an extreme enthusiast when it comes to outdoors. And I am part of the Coastal Conservation Association. I do love our environment and I want to keep it that way. That is a huge factor in Charleston. I'm sure you've seen the boats or the trucks going by with that sticker. We plan to sell most of our flies in the summer. Why? Because that's when people are outdoors and fishing. It'll start veering off in the fall and spring, and we'll start targeting the more avid fishermen that are out there all year long, freezing, you know what, off. And the AFFTA, we went off that guideline because that's the American Fly Fishing Trade Association. They gave us the numbers you see up there on the right, which will, that's what we kind of based it on. Our net profit would be about $2,400 a year with 2,500 units sold. And there's our expenses. It'd only be about $650 to start up this business. It's not that much. That's including the LLC cost of South Carolina. The return on investment will be about 367%, which would be about $3.67, and the return on sales, 32%, 32 cents. So our future plans will be apparel. Everyone loves to wear clothes, so we will infiltrate the southern prep market. See a few guys in the back, southern prep, but yeah. So our flies, people will buy that. That'll definitely catch. It'll definitely be bought, and we can definitely supply that product. The belts, they look pretty good, and I know for a fact I could get those into a bunch of smaller stores all along the coast, southeast, and a little bit in Texas and certain places like that. We plan to do equipment, apparel, anything that we can put our logo on and sell, we plan to do that. It's going to be a large market, decals, you name it, we'll do it. And like I said, social media, we definitely plan to hit that really hard. So I'd like to thank you all for listening to my presentation, and I appreciate the time you're volunteering for us. And that is SouthernFly at its finest. It's a bigger fish necessity.